what I want to do is show you how to do like problems through this whole worksheet to help you out a little bit and get started. Okay, so that's all the introductory material. It tells you how to do everything basically. It's in essence what we did in lecture. And then this first, you're just filling in this table because you'll be using it in the worksheet. And so for kilo, we're going to say 10 to the third, and it stands for kilo, like that. All right, and then you can just look these ones up. I don't care how you get to the answers for these ones. You can really just go Wikipedia and look at prefixes. Might just be easier to look in your book or look back in the notes. And this is to remind you that we're converting converting with significant figures. So you'll notice it has, we're going to go 143.9 kilometers to inches, and then it lists out all the conversions that you need for that particular problem. These are, mostly from the back of your book, I believe. And which answer is the correct one? So you have to go through. This is exact, so we won't consider. So exact. This is, I believe, exact. And this is 4 sig figs. So this is also 4 sig figs. And so these are all multiplications. So again, at each step you should be keeping track, but since it's all multiplication, it works out, it'll have the same number of significant figures as the number with the fewest significant figures, and you ignore exact relationships. You'll also see that the kilometers, the miles, and the feet cancel and leave with inches, but all the answers that are given to you down here are in inches, so that's not really what it's checking. And then it's also checking whether or not you're doing it correctly in your calculator. And so one of these answers is the correct answer. I will let you go ahead and calculate that. And then if you have questions, feel free to text me like, gee, which one is it? A, B, C, or D? And I'll help you out with that, okay? Again, we're going to convert all of these to meters, right? So we're going to be doing prefix conversions. And so you can go times, and then all you need to know is, because you want the answer to be in meters, you need to know the relationship between a kilometer and a meter. And so what you'll set up for yourself is you'll say, well, 1 kilometer is equal to 1 times 10 to the third, because this is what kilo means, meters. And then you'll plug that in here next to the number. You'll say 1 kilometer, well, you want at the bottom because you want that to cancel, right? And you're going to put 1 times 10 to the third meters at the top, and then you'll go ahead and do the math, and you'll get the answer for that. And that answer, the kilometers will cancel, and that answer should come out in meters. And all these problems are done that way, except for this bottom one, right? You need to find the relationship between feet and meters. We talked about that one, a very similar problem in the lecture. Let's see. Let's do... find a good one. Yeah, we'll do this one, D. That's one that I'll be giving you here. So what you need to do is convert kilograms, right, into ounces. Now, ounces is an English measure, so let's look and see what our book says is giving us as relationships. That's a mass unit. And I have a kilogram is 2 pounds. I have, let's do this. A pound is 16 ounces. So actually, I have 2 conversions, and I'll use both of these. I'm going to use these guys right here for this problem. So I'm going to go kilograms. First guess is always kilograms directly to ounces, right? And then I go back and I look. And I looked in my book and I saw kilograms, well, that goes to pounds, and then pounds can be converted into ounces, but I don't see one right off the top of my head that's a direct relationship between kilograms and ounces. So I'm going to say 1 kilogram is 2.205 pounds. And then I'm going to go to 1 pound is 16 ounces. So I'm going to go 1 pound is equal to 16 ounces. And again, the trick is I have kilograms, which is given here. And then I'm going to go from pounds, which is to here, and then I'm going to end up with ounces like that. So I have all the units that are connecting. I like doing things with colors like this. I got all my units connected, right, to get to the answer that I'm looking for. And so then you're going to write it out as 5. Well, I'll usually write it down like ounces equals 5.76 kilograms. And then you can do railroad tracks if you want, but if you use 2 unit conversions, right, you're going to have 2 track sections like that. And then we're going to put kilograms at the bottom, so you do 1 kilogram, and then 2.205 pounds. And then you're going to put 1 pound. So I'm just following kilogram to pounds, pounds to ounces, right? So I put 1 pound down here. And at the top, I'm going to put 16 ounces. So you'll see the kilograms will cancel. And remember, that's why I set it up the way I did, is so those units would cancel out. And I'm going to do pounds to ounces like that. And now I just have to do the math. And I'm going to leave that math up to you for you to do the calculations and to track significant figures, right? Just to give you the heads up, this number is 3. This one's 4. And this one's exact. We defined that number right there. Okay, so you should be able to figure out from that the answer will be in 3 significant figures. All right. Now, we're going to do, because this one makes no sense at all to me, 184.3 inches cubed of kittens. So this is a volume of kittens, and we want to calculate the volume of kittens in meters. I actually have 2 kittens. These are part of my COVID-19 army. I got 2 cats. So I'm going to go like this. And I didn't talk about these. This is why I wanted to do a little bit of an introduction to this worksheet. I thought I would do one of the problems for you and then explain to you like how you do it. Okay, so I have inches and I want to go to meters. Now ignore the cubed for now, okay? So let's go over here and see what we have for length, inches, and meters, right? So I have a relationship between inches and meters of 39.37 inches is 1 meter. Okay, it's 39.37. So I'm going to say 39.37 inches equals 1 meter. Now, I want the volume in meters cubed, right? And I'm going to start with 184.3 inches cubed. And now I need to convert that over. Now, this is the standard mistake. They're going to go like, people will go like this, 39.37 inches and 1 meter at top. And then they're just going to hit equals, and they think they're done. But think about what this cube actually means. The cube actually means that there's 3 of them, right? So you have to do this 3 times to cancel out all the inches. Now, mathematically, if you are so inclined, you can just cube the conversion factor, which means cubing the number as well. But a lot of people, even though they can do it, they just feel more comfortable. They like seeing it cancel out. So because there's a 3 here, there's going to be 3 times that I use this conversion. So it's going to be 1 meter is 39.37 inches, and 1 meter is 39.37 inches, like that. And then all of these will cancel each one of those, and I'll end up with a meter times a meter times a meter, which would be my meters cube. I think my cat just came in. They're very stealthy. Anyways, so that's how you get to that answer. So when you have units raised to a power, you have to take the power in consideration when you do the conversions, okay? Now, I want to show you one other type of conversion. And these are conversions involved, and these are, it's like more difficult word problems, and then that's the end of the worksheet. But I want to show you one other type, and these are units involving fractions. So these are sort of compounded units. They involve two different kinds of units, right? So I want to convert 32 psi, which is pounds per inch squared. Okay, that's what the psi stands for. Uh, Pounds per square inch is what it stands for. And then I want to convert it to a pressure of grams per centimeter squared, right? So let me write this out because you have to see this. This is how you kind of learn these. I'm going to write it as labs, LB. That was a joke. I don't know. We used to say that when I was kids. When I was a kid with the kid. Anyways, sorry. And I want to convert it over to grams per centimeter squared, like that. Okay. So this is actually two problems, right? I want to convert the mass unit from pounds to grams, and I want to convert the area unit, because that's what that is, an inch squared, from inches to centimeters squared. So I have to take into account that those are squared. I have to also take into account that one's in the numerator, one's in the denominator. Okay, so I'm going to go and look up the relationships, right? So for mass, my relationship is, let's see, 453.6 grams is equal to 1 pound. That's this number right here. Oh, sorry, my mouse is lost. 453.6 grams is 1 pound. So let me write that. 453.6 grams is equal to 1 pound. And then I need inches to centimeters, which I have memorized. 2.54 centimeters is 1 inch. Now, you might have to look that up, and you know it's a length unit. And so you're going to go over to the length, and what you'll find is here, 2.54 centimeters is an inch, and so that's what you'd be using, okay? Now, how do you set this up? Again, you always start with the number you're given, right? So I'm looking for G divided by cm squared, and I'm given 32 pounds per inch squared, like that. So it doesn't matter which one you convert first. You could do the numerator first or the denominator. Now, if I'm going to do the numerator, then what I want to do is I want to get rid of pounds, and so pounds will go on the bottom, and grams will go on the top, and this is the number that goes along there, so this will go in here, okay? I'm just going to sort of set it up for you and let you do the rest of the work. Now I have an inch squared, so really I got to get rid of inches, and so, which is actually appropriate since I've been sitting on my butt for about 6 weeks straight. Anyways, sorry. I'm going to put, yeah, these things come out of my mouth, and I don't really have much control over it, so I apologize. 1 inch at the top, and I'm going to put 2.54 centimeters on the bottom, right? Now, is that enough, right? And you should recognize from our conversation up here, like when I have a meter cubed, I've got to use the conversion 3 times, right? And so what I'm going to do is I've got a square here, right? So I'm going to use the unit conversion twice. And so this, I just realized I didn't do railroad tracks, sorry. This is the way I learned how to do it. I just know a lot of students like, the railroad track is to draw a straight line through here like this and put the lines like that. But I didn't start it that way, so it looks weird, so I'll just leave it like that. And then you do the math, and then you'll get to the answer. Make sure you put the 453.6 grams in there, and clean it up. Don't use like this version that I've used. So you should download a clean copy, and then just recopy these ones I did, and sort of that'll help you develop sort of that muscle memory for like how to do the problems, and then try to use what you just learned to answer the rest of the questions. Now these ones, at the end, they'll be a little bit more challenging, and I'll probably make a discussion board for these questions. For these questions that are at the end.